Christopher is on in England. Ida Marie is on getting snow in Washington. Okay. Cold and dry in England. Falmouth, 6 degrees. Roger's on in Athens. It's 5 degrees there. Pretty cold for him in Athens. Wow. And in Greece, I hear that Santorini, where we were not too long ago, is getting some evacuation orders because they've been having earthquakes in and around the island. So hopefully everybody there in that part of Greece is doing well. Here it's about -5. It's not too cold in comparison to what it has been. So the weather is a little bit better. Today I was at the stamp show. That's why you've got the thumbnail of the stamp album. But I did decide to come home after I spent what I wanted to spend, maybe even a bit more. But I got some of the things that I wanted to. Amber, welcome in Missouri. Haven't seen Amber on in a while, so I'm glad you got a chance to join. Christopher is on the west coast of the U.S. too. Good morning. So we got 2 of our Christophers on. Isabel is on in Chile. Wow. Everybody's popping on. So what did I get at the stamp show? Let's give you an overview. Oh, Joseph is on in Nevada. Thank you, thank you. Everybody's getting on here real quick. Vario pages. I got a bunch of them. Lyndon's on in Lumbee, British Columbia. Welcome, Lyndon. Violet and Monty are on in Saskatchewan. -11 in Lumbee and -23 in Saskatchewan. You guys are getting the cold weather still. So, Vario pages. 10 used ones for $5. So I ended up getting 100 of them in there that I am using to reorganize and put things away. So it's going well. 30 degrees Celsius in Concepcion, Chile. That is fantastic, beautiful weather. 36 Fahrenheit though in Washington D.C. for Ida Marie. So I got those. I got a bunch of miscellaneous stamps, which are all out in front of me. I'm kind of taking off the hinges that were on the back of most of them. It's 5 degrees and raining in Missouri. And so some of them are for future giveaways. Some of them are for future videos about South American countries that are coming out, which I also got all of these pages that have stamps on them for South American countries that are coming up. So I felt pretty good. Basil's on from India. Carla's on from Mexico. 7 degrees Celsius in Mexico City. 52 Fahrenheit in Nevada. There we go. 14 of us are on right now. 5 thumbs up currently. And oh, let me go to the poll, refresh it, see how we're doing on that. We're getting near the end of round 2 and getting ready for the finals of it. So for the poll, 43 people have voted. The first round, 45 people had voted. I was hoping for a lot more this time. You can go to your main page or your community page of my channel and find that poll and vote on it. Right now, That Dad Guy Crew is winning with 49% of the vote. That Dad Guy Gang is second with 28, and That Dad Guy Family is third at 23%. So what I will do is when I get ready to put the final tally out, the third lowest or the least amount of votes, that one will get removed, and we'll just take the top 2 for the final round to vote on. Mitty is on in in Espoo, -2 degrees Celsius there because she's at a concert and skating performance. Sarah is on in Germany, but her son is sick, so hopefully he gets better. Yeah, I guess you're going to be busy. You can't be on the live stream, but if you do, hop on. Thanks, Sarah, for popping on and saying hello at least. Hopefully your son feels better. So yeah, so I have a variety of stamps. Some of them have hinges on the back of them, so I've been kind of plucking off the hinges nice and easy as best I can. Some of them, though, were put in binders, and I don't know if they're glued in or they were used some sort of other things, and so they are not, they're probably something I'm going to have to soak off in order to save the stamp properly. I'll give you an example. This one here. They made their own hinge. It's more of a tape, Christmas tape. And so I don't want to damage the back too much by taking it off. Yeah, so I've got that all in front of me to work on later on after the live stream is done. And then probably put some of the pages that I have and start putting them in Vario pages. All part of the organization. And then the rest of the day, of course, Saturday here for me is grocery shopping day. We got to fill our cupboards back up for the next week. And here in Canada, we are kind of watching what we're buying and where it's coming from in order to support our country and our allies. What's going on in the rest of the world with you guys? It almost feels like everything went dead. We are still running here. Oh, there's Christopher. He's talking. Thursday is shopping day for them. Okay. Yeah, we all kind of get in our own little routines of when we do things and on what days. What other items did I get at the fair? Those are all the items that I got at the fair. I got the mixed bag of stamps, just in case you missed out. So those are what's out in front of me. I went through different albums and pulled from the 10 cent, 15 cent books and picked the stamps that I wanted for giveaways coming up, because I know the themes for the next 3 months, I guess. And oh, Mindy's on from Nova Scotia. She's just getting out of bed. Nice that you could sleep in till noon. But you probably worked late last night on the evening shift. Small haul? It might seem like it. It actually was quite a big haul. With all of these Vario pages, 100 Vario pages, with all of these pages of stamps from different countries, all South American countries, I'll let you know that, and the mixed bag of stamps. That was a good amount of work, and it's going to take me a good amount of organization to put them together so they're ready for presenting to you guys in the different videos. Isabel's having her lunch break at work. So it's good that this follows along kind of the same path so you can come on at the same time. Christopher stayed in because it's cold other than taking the dog for a walk. And Lyndon went skiing yesterday, just took the dogs out, and it's snowing again. Lauren worked last night, so she just got home. Okay. Well, good morning, Lauren, if you're on watching. Get some sleep. And Lyndon, hopefully you got some fresh powder to ski on. If you guys don't know, Lauren's my niece, and Lyndon is my nephew-to-be. Cool. I haven't been downhill skiing in a very long time. I used to love going. Since we moved back east, I haven't done any of it. Carla took her 2 dogs for a walk. Lauren says, good morning. Good morning. Hopefully, Lyndon, you've made a nice big breakfast. Or maybe you're going to work on that next. Stephen, welcome from Australia. You didn't get a notification with the live stream. Huh. Well, we are generally the same time every week, so tune in at noon and you'll usually find me. Or noon my time. You guys know what it is your time by now. Lyndon's going to start with coffee for her, okay? Or coffee for himself. Monty's being turned into a recluse because of the cold weather. Yeah, it tends to do that. One of the nice things that I've been finding about having cold weather outside is I'm doing more organization and planning inside. You guys may have noticed that I put out videos every single day for the last couple of weeks, so I've been doing a lot of that. We might get into a bit of a break this week. I might get a day off. We will see. When it comes to stamp of the month and stamp versus stamp, the beginning of the months tend to be a little bit busier, and now I'm putting out a weekly kind of history lesson on a South American country following my father's stamp collections. Those come out Wednesdays. We've been decorating cards, or you guys have been decorating cards. And so it fills in a lot of the days. That leaves Monday and Tuesday. Mondays are usually the days that I show any stamps that people have sent me. And then Tuesday might be my break day this week. Amber said they're finally getting their Christmas stuff down. We've been getting hit with waves of various sick. Oh no, you've been sick there too with all the kids. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're feeling better. It is strange that you didn't get a notification. I wonder why. Now, I put up the thumbnail about an hour and a half ago, so it wasn't super early that I made it, but very strange that you didn't get it. Mindy says, since she's gotten older, downhill skiing has gotten too risky. The hills seem way too steep and icy. I get scared. When I was younger, that never happened. I can relate with that. Same thing. When I was a teenager and I skied, I didn't have the fear. And as we get older, I have the fear of breaking that bone now, or doing something that will stop me from being able to go to work and make a living, or who knows what. Yeah, I think as we get older, fear is set in. We realize that we're not indestructible. But yeah, so like I was saying, the cold weather just means I'm trying to do more things inside right now, and some of those projects that have been plaguing me to do, I have been doing, cleaning up, organizing a bit more, but also putting out a lot more videos because I'm finding more content to talk about, more things to do, and keep getting encouraged. And now, one of the things you guys have asked for and I haven't been able to get around to was soaking stamps. I have put bags of them up there of stamps that I've been finding that need to be soaked, so I've been organizing that into those soaking dishes that they need to be done, but I haven't done it yet. So we'll see. Maybe Tuesday this week I'll get around to it. Carlos says, yesterday for the first time in my first job, I got to do some serious stuff. Now it hits me I'm becoming an adult. Okay, I don't know what the serious stuff is, but yeah, becoming an adult, it kind of sneaks up on you sometimes. And some of us do as best as we can not to be an adult all the time. Now, maybe that's why I collect Lego, or have hobbies, or enjoy watching TV and movies, to have those breaks from adulthood. I'm usually always washing dishes or doing the laundry or all those other things that you have to do as an adult, but I enjoy the silly side too, as you guys know. Christopher says he tries being a kid all the time. I think with scouts that helps too. If you're around children and you're doing activities that are in nature, I think you feel more like a child too, a little bit. Isabel says, after several serious jobs, I still don't feel like an adult. Keep it as long as you can. Mindy says she doesn't feel like an adult other and wonders how in the world I'm surviving in my own. Well, you found the magic. If you can still be silly, still have a good time, enjoy things like cartoons and stuff as an adult, then you're doing something right, I think. Basil says today is Global Movie Day. I don't know if you're watching a movie today or not. Christopher, I did get something at the stamp show that I will be sending to you. I hope you like it. It's something that I know you're passionate about, so I found it, stuck out. I was like, oh, Christopher in UK. Christopher, not to be confused with Christopher on the west coast of the US too. Stephen says it's only about 18 degrees after it was 25 degrees. Linda wants to know if I've seen any good movies recently. Oh, my brain will go mush on me. not good movies. I did watch SAS Rogue Heroes. I finished that. It's a series, a TV show from a British point of view during the Second World War. So I finished that this week, season 2. That was good. I enjoyed it. As far as movies, I can't remember the last movie I saw was. Probably something on Netflix. Oli is on from Poland. Hello, hello, welcome. She's doing a little cooking. Well, that's good. Keep cooking. I think you were baking last time you were on. Maybe that was on Wednesday for the decorating one. Now everybody gets to say hello with all the different emojis. Basil says he bought 2 Kinder Joys for tomorrow for he and his mother for chocolate day. Who am I cheering on to win the Super Bowl? I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan when it comes to American football. Kansas City Chiefs are in it every year. This is the 3rd year. They have the potential of winning 3 in a row, which has never been done before. That would be something. Philadelphia Phillies. Not the Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia is the team that they're playing. They win. I mean, they're a good team. I'm not really cheering for either one of them, though. It really doesn't interest me, those 2 teams, who wins. So if Kansas City wins, that's great. If Philadelphia wins, that's all right, too. Christopher said he watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind on Thursday. There's an oldie. The Eagles, yes, not the Phillies. Phillies is baseball. Flyers is hockey. I had a brain meltdown. Thanks, Ida Marie. So Oli is cooking mincemeat inside of a bun that's fried in vegetable oil. That sounds good. The commercials are fun in the Super Bowl. Some of them can be. We don't get all of them up in Canada, though, the ones that you get. So usually we can go on the internet and watch them. The Super Bowl is American football, and it is tomorrow. No need for your ignorance. It's just a North American thing, really. And for the most part, it's just an American thing. Yes, you guys are all catching me up with the Eagles as I had my brain fart. Mindy fell asleep during the Super Bowl. Or I talked the Super Bowl. No, don't sleep. You just woke up. It's noon. Sorry, I'm just catching up on all your things when I get talking about other stuff. Is anybody watching Rings of Power in Amazon Prime? New season coming in March. I have been watching it. It's good. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's hard to keep up sometimes. There's a lot of messages coming through, which is great. It means you guys are talking, asking questions. Mindy's been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure on the Switch. Haven't heard of that one, but I know who Hello Kitty is. But Ida Marie says Kansas City does need to win again. Okay. I was also watching cricket. I think I'm caught up. All right. So we get some baking going on. So we got some people that are interested in the American football tomorrow, or cricket, or stamps, and Hello Kitty. So we've been talking about all sorts of different things. That's great. 20 minutes in, and we're all over the place. Yeah, Japan put out some, has put out several Hello Kitty stamps over the years. It does kind of take away from it, Ida Marie, when I can watch all the Super Bowl commercials today that will be in tomorrow, and they spend millions of dollars in order to get a 30-second ad in there. Happy's from Nova Scotia. So what else is going on? What are other people doing? What are we talking about? What's going on today? Go is in India. Isabel says she's heard about the Super Bowl just because of the music, the halftime show. Is it Kendrick Lamar that's doing the halftime show? Maybe, I think. Basil, Go is not very well known over here. I only know of Go because of you, so I hadn't heard of it before. Okay, it is Kendrick Lamar, okay. And he'll have some other special guests as well. Christopher's cooking a sausage casserole off of this. What's in your sausage casserole? Steven's guessing sausage. Well, maybe in a sausage casserole there might be some sausage in it. But what else might be in it? Is it a casserole cooked with noodles? Is it a casserole put on rice? Is it a casserole that has a phyllo pastry to go with it? Is it full of vegetables? Is it potato based? What kind of casserole is this? Sausage and a mixture of different veggies. With beef stock, okay. So veggies, sausages in a beef stock. And what's it served on? Or is it served in a bowl? Is it on a plate over potatoes, beside potatoes, over rice, over noodles? How do you traditionally do it there? This is the portion of the live stream where we talk about food. And I get really, really hungry in a bowl, okay? So is it thick or is it more like a beef stew? Except it's the sausage stew in this case. See, Monty, if you created your own account, you could be watching on your account and on Violet's account, and there would be double viewership. The demise of the cherry blossoms. Yes, we've been searching here. My wife found 4 of them. Actually, last Sunday we were out at Sobeys. It's a local grocery chain here in Canada, especially from the Maritimes. And we went through the till, we bought the things we came to buy, and right at the end of the counter, they were getting rid of them. They had 7 of them, so my wife bought 4 and left 3 for somebody else, but we got that. I also went on Amazon and bought a case, so they should be here in time for Valentine's or shortly thereafter, hopefully. But yeah, the famous cherry blossom, which my wife loves. I don't like cherries, so they never appealed to me, which is a cherry wrapped in chocolate, kind of a nougat in there too. And they've decided to discontinue them, so everybody around has been scrambling to try to find the last ones that they can. Christopher says it's a bit like a beef stew. Get some corn flour to thicken it up with stock. Okay, sounds good. Monty's in Saskatchewan, Canada. Cherry Blossom Festival, something completely different. Cherry Blossoms is a chocolate candy here in Canada, originally made by Lowntree and Lowney. And Cherry Blossom Festival is something amazing. It's a trees when the cherry trees have their blossoms. Amazon has them. Be right back. Yeah, Mindy, I bought mine on Amazon, or ordered mine on Amazon about 4 days ago. I had to buy them by the case though, so 24 in a case. I don't know what Blinkit is, but is that an online shopping thing? 9 Oreo family packs. Okay. Olia has received Monty's envelope. That's good. What did who buy? What are you talking about? Oh, okay, it was your first purchase on that. Amazon India. Now, cherry blossoms, we weren't talking about trees, we were talking about chocolate. So yeah, candy. But the Cherry Blossom Festival, whether you're in Washington, D.C. or in Vancouver, Canada has one too. Japan. Christopher, do you have this stamp? Granada Boy Scouts. What were the 24 things you picked? Oh, it's cherry blossoms, the chocolates we've been talking about. They come in a case of 24. That's what it is. Christopher says, I just got post 8 gigabytes of memory stick for his PC. Take it up at 16 gigs. Okay, I'll give you some more. Not a US food product. No, it's a Canadian candy. Wow, they have gone up a lot. $40 for 4, 85. No, 4 days ago, I bought a whole case of 24 for $49. So they're getting really expensive, trying to keep track of everyone wanting them. Christopher hasn't seen that stamp yet. Okay. Well, we've seen it now. You wanted the Oreo packets for after meals? Is that what you're saying, Basil? Joseph, are you watching while you're walking, or did you just start watching the video after you finished your 14-kilometer walk? That's a good walk. Have some breakfast of eggs and hash browns and bacon. That'll fill you back up. Yeah, the stores here wiped out of Cherry Blossoms chocolates as well. My wife used to buy them at the Dollarama for 91 cents a piece, so the dollar store in Canada here. And when we were in Sobeys and found those last 4, they were $2.15 each. So the price has gone up, and now that they're discontinued and you can't find them, I think anywhere you go, they're even more expensive. Oh, you need Cherry Blossoms. All right, well, good luck finding them. Oh, you're multitasking, watching and walking. Now you can be cooking breakfast and watching. I think we got lucky, yeah, to find that case. Stephen says a new idea for stamp of the month is Boy Scouts, Girl Guides, Boys Brigades. Yeah, well, we know someone who would enjoy that as a stamp of the month suggestion. There are stamps out there with the Scouts on them, that's for sure. Yeah, when you clear the market of something and you don't have very much left of it, the supply and demand makes the price goes through the roof. And when you know they're not making any more, these will be the last you'll ever have. People that have them kind of can say however much they want to get for them. Spider-Man stamp collection. I know that there was a Spider-Man stamp. Well, there's been Spider-Man stamps in the Royal Mail and in Germany for sure. I think the US has put some out too on comic book covers, stamp collections. So they're around there. You probably could collect them. I can tell you I didn't find any Spider-Man stamps today when I was looking for what I was looking for. I had my lists of things that I wanted, and I found some of them. For the big giveaway this month, I was trying to complete a set of the love stamps. I wasn't able to do so. I'm still missing a good chunk of modern love stamps from the US. So I think I'm about, of the 51 stamps in the collection, I think I have 51. Well, it might be a bit more than that, but I think I'm missing 14. Especially anything from like 2011 on to current, I'm missing. So if any of you Americans have love stamps that you want to donate to the giveaway this month, I think there's still time because I won't do it till the end of the month. You can feel free to send them up here looking for 2011 and newer. I'm also looking for the 2001 and the 2 that came out in 2008 in order to do a complete set to give away to somebody. I'll just throw that out there in case anybody's watching and wants to do that. Description, my address is in the description of the videos. Thank heaven for snail mail, yeah. Gary's on from Surrey, British Columbia now. You know, know, Mindy, I had suggested to her, I said, why don't you buy them all? You're not going to find them. She said, no, I want to save some for other people. So the kindness goes to my wife. I was in your camp. I would have bought all 7 of them just so she could have them. So that kindness too was my wife. You want a Hulk stamp? Well, one of the German Hulk stamps? Because there has been Hulk stamps out there. Germany's put them out. Roger says he's sure he's going to be warm this winter. Is that another Connie Francis song? Cherry Blossom sounds like a U.S. pandemic run-on thing. Yeah, for Canadians that love them, to have the company say we're not going to make them anymore was a huge thing. You're going to hear water running. My son has just jumped in the shower, so I apologize if it's loud in the background. I knew it, Roger. You were trying to sway everybody with Connie Francis again. I'm on to you. And Gary has his official local post-crossing event tomorrow in Burnaby. So good luck to you. Enjoy. Have a great time. Meet all the other post-crossers. Influence them with that dad guy. I had to resend a couple of love stamps this way. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I took a couple out of my collection in order to try to make this as complete as possible. So I just thought it was a kind of a smaller giveaway this month, as Liverpool stamps, I mean, they don't have American stamps generally, so they didn't have a lot to contribute that way other than love themes like weddings and anniversaries, which I was very appreciative that they did include that. So, and Stephen, you said you didn't have a whole lot of love things to contribute to it as well, so it's going to be a smaller one. So I thought if I could do a complete or as complete a collection of the American love stamps, I think that would be kind of a neat giveaway for someone to have. Mindy wants a German Hulk stamp. Carrie's going to pick up some postcards at the post-crossing event. Very good thing to have. With everybody's signatures and things on them. The company said they are no longer making cherry blossoms. Yes. Flowers would be a good stamp theme. Well, stay tuned. I'm not giving anything away, but stay tuned. No reason given for the stop of production. Not that I've heard of. Maybe popularity. I mean, the craze of people wanting to get them now suggests there are people out there that enjoy them. I'm not a cherry fan, so I don't eat them, so it hasn't bothered me that they're going to go away, but I have a wife that loves them, so I am invested in finding other ones whenever I can. Stephen says there are some things on the way from Australia. That's good for the giveaway. Thank you. You think that the dripping of water in the background going through the pipes of my house adds a nice effect? Okay. Are you having a rainy day in Halifax? It's not raining here. It's a sunny day here. Christopher, did you order some George VI Falkland Island stamps? I don't know what a cherry ripe is, so I'm guessing no, we can't get them here. Maybe it's an equivalent. At Christmas time, we have all sorts of chocolate-covered cherries that come out. Queen Anne's. Ganong's puts out a box of them as well. I think there's another company, too. That's what I tend to buy those and give those to my wife at Christmas time. It's made by Cadbury. Okay, no, I don't know what cherry rapes are. Check on the computer, maybe I can get a picture of it. Roger says in March, stamp on stamp, stamp versus stamp is I think what you mean. Should be devoted to Valentine's, like chocolates and flowers and cards. Was in March too late? This is the month for Valentine's. We didn't do it this month. We did the indoor scavenger hunt, so if you guys got a chance to watch that, it was a lot of fun for me to make that one. Oh yes, you order them. Gary doesn't recognize cherry rapes either. Cherry cordials from Purdy's Chocolate. So Purdy's is a chocolate tier company in British Columbia. Yes, I remember those. No, I've never seen those cherry rapes before. Like a chocolate bar with cherry inside. Nope, they're not here. Stamp versus stamp should be, March should be for women. Well, I know Smokey did suggest that maybe our wives get involved in it, but my wife won't be on camera, so that's not going to happen. So we'll have to think of something else for March for stamp versus stamp. Cherry rapes are basically cherry and coconut bars covered in chocolate. That's what it looks like in the picture, yeah. I'm always not a big fan of coconut, so I'm not sure if she'd like that or not. If you guys want to send a cherry rape here, though, I'm sure she can try it, and I can tell you if she likes it. I'm always up for, I would even try it if it showed up here, because I like to do those taste tests from candy from around the world. I'd be very happy for it. Jilly sent me a box of candy from the UK once. That was really cool. The only problem was she sent it in the summertime, so by the time it got here in the heat, a lot of it had melted. So this is a good time to send candy worldwide, because it will get here without melting. Yeah, Purdy's chocolate is very good. They do hedgehogs, which you know our house, and polo, so we really enjoy chocolate hedgehogs. Delicious. Item Ray's a big fan of suffragette history. Women on stamps, 5 different fields, US, Canada, respectively. That's... yeah, that might be a good idea. Actually, Basil, go on to my stamp versus stamp or Smokey stamp versus stamp video and put that suggestion in, because when it comes to the end of the month and we're looking for what we're going to do for next month, we check the comments and see what people have suggested. So that could be a very good suggestion. We'll have to find a quirky way of doing it that's respectful too, though. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, because I think of it now, and I read it and say, yeah, it's a good suggestion. By the time we get around to discussing what we're going to do for March, I may have forgotten. Oh, Mandy is already on her way home. That was fast. Hopefully you enjoyed the event. It was outdoors, so you weren't too cold. There's 19 people on and 10 thumbs up, so thank you very much. It's a good discussion. We're talking about food. We're talking about candy. We've talked about stamps. What else are we going to talk about? We still got some time. Christopher says he has some Pontefract cakes. I've never heard of those. They're like small, round, flat licorice sweets. I do like licorice. I am gonna type this in. Oh, I have seen these before. These, I think my father used to eat these. By Waterbridge. Black licorice. And my son Ari, big fan of black licorice. So yeah, feel free to send them this way. Maybe you or Smokey can have a notable living woman on versus like a local government person. You mean talk to a notable It's not really stamp versus stamp if we're doing, well, I guess if we individually did one in our communities, could do that. I still would have to figure out how we would do it in relation with stamps, where it could be kind of a historical thing where we find 5 stamps and we tell the history behind those women. That could be interesting. Will there be a snowstorm tomorrow? I don't know. Are you expecting a big snowstorm in Halifax? I think they talked about maybe 5 centimeters here, so that's not much of a snowstorm. Christopher says black licorice virtually impossible to find in Washington. Really, out in the West Coast? Now, some of the best black licorice, Stephen might back me up on this if you're a fan of black licorice, comes from Australia. We used to have a local drugstore. It was a family-owned mom and pop shop called Staples, and they had a fantastic candy shop inside of it. Unfortunately, they closed after about 65 years in the city in operation. They closed 5 years ago, I think, just around COVID. And they used to bring in black licorice from all over the place, and that was where we used to go and pick it up. Super fresh, tasting, soft. So there must be a candy shop out in Washington where you buy black licorice, you would think. Gary says his wife likes black licorice, but our 2 girls and myself don't like it yet. It's definitely 2 camps. You're either really in love with black licorice and that's all you want, like an all sorts candy and all those black licorice flavors, or you like red Twizzlers and that's all you like for licorice, or maybe you don't like licorice at all. So maybe there's 3 camps. Stephen says there's been a lot of new stamps from here recently. On Tuesday it will be Australian honor stamps, and then the week after cats and dogs. Okay, cool. Yeah, you seem to put out a lot of stamps in Australia. Way more than we get here. The newest stamp we have is Black History Month, and I'm going to show that stamp on Monday. I have it here sitting in front of me. It's a nice looking stamp. It'd probably be perfect for a stamp versus stamp. Who knows? 20 to 30 centimeters, but it keeps changing past. May not get much. I don't know. Wow, you might get hit with a huge one in Halifax. We've not had a lot of snow. We've had, a couple centimeters here and there every day for a little while, and so it's added up outside, but it's nowhere near any big snowfalls yet. Dairy licorice is very popular in Australia. Cat and dog stamps, very cool. You have coffee shops like Starbucks or Costa in Canada. Yeah, Starbucks is everywhere. The Canadian chain, well, of course, you've got Tim Hortons, but you have Second Cup is another Canadian chain that's here. But yeah, there's lots of different coffee shops around. Very popular. And Starbucks is here. Costa's not one that I know here in the Maritimes. They may be somewhere else, but I'm not sure of Costa. My wife's a big fan of coffee. I don't drink coffee. Stephen says stamps seem to be coming out every week. It's exhausting, but some great designs. Yeah, it's hard as a collector when you put out way too many stamps. It gets too expensive. Isabel's never heard of licorice before. There's no licorice in Chile as a candy? And you've typed it in, search for it, see what comes up. I'm curious about that. Maybe the word you've never heard of before, or the candy you've never heard of before. Twizzlers are a brand of red licorice. Well, I guess they have all sorts of flavors now, but you get black licorice too. But the Twizzler company is a big licorice company here in North America. Yeah, we're 50 minutes in now. Basil's even got Starbucks. Yeah, I think they're everywhere. Oh, Costa was here at one point in time. Okay. The Royal Mail has put out the Royal Armoury stamp, so that's the latest issue. Okay. Ida Marie says, I believe East Coast has black licorice. Not a fan. And some of it is very hard, very bitter, not as good as a soft, chewy, mild black licorice. And you can be a black licorice snob, but it is very possible because there are so many different versions of it. And there is a sweet black licorice compared to the salty, bitter kind. Stephen says, Isabel, do you like... Okay. Aniseed flavor. Minty says her dad loves real black licorice, uses it as a laxative. Okay. Didn't know that was an effect that it had on some people. Christopher goes to Starbucks once a week. Nibs are Mindy's favorite licorice. I like nibs, but I'm more of a red Twizzler fan. Either way. Lyndon says black licorice is the superior. Starbucks is a bit pricey. I agree with you, Ida Marie. An East treat in Canada is Dulce. Dulce. Yes, Dulce is an East Coast treat here. Seaweed is what it is. Joseph says Starbucks is very overpriced. Glad he doesn't drink coffee. Media says Finland is the land of black licorice and salmiakki. Yeah, salmiakki was not one of Rob's favorite things to eat, but black licorice can be. So it depends on the flavor. Media was also one who was very kind enough to send me some Finnish treats. And I would try other Finnish treats. I would try treats from around the world, but you will get my honest reaction. Some things I like and some things my palate doesn't like. And I think that goes for everybody that way. And salmiakki was one of those things that my palate did not like. Steven says almost no Starbucks in Australia. They tried to start up, but it wasn't popular. I think the only Starbucks left is in Melbourne. You can get Starbucks coffee pods, though, at the supermarkets. Mindy says, my grandpa used to collect dulse along the Bay of Fundy shores where the tides go way out. He used to eat it toasted for a bit. I'm not a big fan of seaweed or dulse. Too salty. Yeah, you can buy it here anywhere. Okay, Isabel has found the translation for licorice, and they do have it in Chile. Have I ever tried poi? No, I have never tried poi, Hawaiian staple. Vondia said he remembers when I tried that video when he thought that I sprayed my face. Yeah, every once in a while, Media reminds me of that because it's very popular there, and that just shows the differences. The things that are very popular, like seaweed here. I'm not a fan of it, but there are many people that love eating it. And not the wet seaweed that you find on the shore. It's dried out and things. Yeah, when you see that seaweed going through the mail, it has a strong odor. Just like when you smell marijuana that's being shipped through the mail. You know when you get a parcel of it as a letter carrier. Gary's tried poi but wasn't a fan. He found it very bland. In Denmark, they say the saltier the better when it comes to licorice. Yeah, it was a slat here. I got the translation. I knew what you were trying to say. 20 people on, 12 people like. Whoo, keep it going. Well, 56 minutes in, have we come to the dull? Are we ready to wrap it up, or do we have some more things we want to talk about? Stephen likes Japanese and Korean seaweed snacks. Okay. I have tried some Japanese shrimp crackers before. I was not a fan of those. I know that they're quite popular. Had to try it, but no, they weren't. Joseph said, Gary, many people will add sugar to poi. Never became a fan of it after over 30 years living in Hawaii, but my wife likes it. I love taro chips, though, and poi is made from cooked mashed taro. Okay. Well, Isabel's heading back to work. So anybody else feel that we're 21 people now on? We have other treats we want to talk about, other food we want to talk about, things coming through. Mindy's got to start her day. So I think maybe we've kind of run the course for today. We've done an hour almost on here. We've talked about a lot of different things. Roger says, Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, for those that are celebrating on Friday, I'll do a video, but yeah, we'll have live on the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. I have heard of the Lake District in the UK. It's a very touristy place to go, is it not? Have I tried Vegemite? I have tried Vegemite. Yeah, you can actually buy it in the stores here. Comes in a little bottle. Gary says he's been married for 40 years, and every day is Valentine's Day. That's sweet. All right, I think everybody else is wrapping up here. I've got some stamps to get ready for other videos coming up. So I'm going to say thanks very much for everybody for tuning in and the discussions, and we'll have videos coming out on different things coming up next week. Hopefully you'll tune in for that. Have a magical week.